What's going on, my kings and queens? How y'all doing there today? In this episode right here that you guys are about to watch and listen to, I just want you to know you can listen with no worry. Yes, it is a little darker than usual, but it's me, it's my life, it's my story, and it's something that I wanted to talk to for the first time. I haven't talking about this to anyone ever, if I could remember correctly. I went through this moment. I went through I went through the process. I went through all this. I don't want to say by myself because I want to say God looked out for me in this situation, and you'll know why when you watch the episode. But when it comes to people directly, yes, I dealt with this by myself, and it was one of the most toughest and darkest situations in my life. It was a roller coaster. It was a battle with demons every day. It was dark even when it was sunny. It was ugly. It was not the best of me, and but I'm not in that state of mind. In place, I haven't been there in years, ever since, and you'll know why when you listen to this. But I just want before you watch, I just wanted to tell you that you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to hit me up. You don't have to write comments saying, "Oh, I'm sorry" and all this, because it's not for that. It's not for the sorries. It's not for the have the pity. It's not for none of that. It's to share, and it's to just help other people see they can open up. It's for me to let go, because you can call it therapy, because I do say I do the podcast for therapy, but it's just more for me to share, for other people to know that, hey, they're not alone. And and what prompted this episode was the fact of celebrities so far back to back that commit suicide, but more so a lot of the regular people like me who are here suffering, and they don't know who to talk to. And the fact that I have a couple of friends who taking that route as well, um, it's tough to digest, and there's so much. But yeah, and then also in this episode, it's not. I don't go as detailed because it's really my first time, so I didn't know how to approach this. I didn't know what to say truly, like how to say it without feeling, I guess, ashamed in a way. And I know I shouldn't feel that way, but I did, and but I still talked about it, and I think this was like I said, this is the first time ever, and I'm happy I was able to. So, watch. I would say enjoy, but it's kind of hard to enjoy something like that, right? But watch, listen, share, and just know I'm good. All right. So to all my kings and queens out there, peace, love. Good morning. Good morning. It'll probably be afternoon whenever you probably hear this, but either way, good morning, because it's the morning time for me. I'm in the car right now. Everybody in the house sleeping, so I can't do it in the crib unless I'm gonna wake everybody else up, and it's too early in the morning to be doing that. I just woke up with some stuff in my mind. Stuff that's been going on. One of the biggest things I saw was they said the suicide of the DJ. I guess that was in the Ellen show. I never followed him. I just know from what I read, from what I seen. It sucks to hear that. Don't pay no mind how crazy I look. That's what it is. It sucks to hear that, and if it is true, suicide, you never would have known that his mind was in a deep place, was in a dark place. You never would have known that he's fighting demons. You never would have known that he's going through something that he needs help with, that he needed help with. That's what a lot of people, not only just the celebrities, just people in general. There's a lot of people out here who don't have the means to get help, are not being told that it's okay to get help, that there's ways to get help, and they suffering alone. No one is checking up on them. No one is is I'm showing them love, letting them know that, you know, everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard, but that bounce back is possible. That to get out of this state that we in, you know, this depression that we'll be able to get out of it. It's, you know, to defeat the demons that are bothering us. It's tough. It's tough. I myself, I really talked about it. I myself been down that dark, that negative mindset, which, you know, journeys you through a dark place, and it's never ending. You know, you can't get darker and darker. You're dark. You're just there. It's you don't see hope. You know, it's all despair. That's what you're surrounded with. You lose faith in everything, and it's tough. It's one of the toughest battles I had as a person. To get away, to claw back up, you know, to the light, to change my mindset. No one would have known I was good at hiding the pain, the hurt. You know, I smile with a drink in my hand, say cheers, eat food, enjoy music. I fit in. Knowing you, how I was feeling. Shit, not even myself. At that time, I've never felt such, you know, I use the word again, but I never felt such despair. I never experienced being so hopelessness. I never experienced not knowing who I was at that time, not knowing who I am. I never experienced that type of feeling of just not wanting to be here anymore, not wanting to deal with nothing anymore. And it's not a very welcoming feeling. The way it just drags you down, the anchor that it puts on you, everything just feels heavy. Every day, even though it's sunshine, it really is gray. And not having, which I talked about this before, not having the right people around you doesn't help. You know, not having words of affirmation, no one telling you the truth. No one understanding how you feel, especially if I'm not, talking about it, but no one even asking if I'm okay because what I was going through. At that time, I was very angry. At that time, just separated from my son's mom and finding out shit she did. I wasn't at a great job. Wasn't getting paid much. It was barely surviving. I could barely make it out of my mom's crib. It was bad. I was stuck there. Which is, I always say, you know, if I had big land, I buy a house for my parents somewhere all the way over there just to keep them close. But, you know, I was at a point where I wanted, you know, I wanted the privacy. But I guess it was a good thing I didn't have privacy because of the state of mind that I was in. But, you know, I just felt down because I felt like I don't know where I was going in my life. There was no help. The job that I had there was no growth in it. You know, I was stuck with that pay. You know, I didn't look for anything else because I got comfortable and I also didn't have faith. I couldn't do anything. I didn't believe in myself. So, you know, between being angry with separation and, you know, the dirt that I found and between the jobs and between having the friends that I had, at the time I was working 2 jobs as well. So, you know, I was tired and with that I was also having my son. And, you know, I didn't sleep because I wanted to spend the time with my son, of course. You know what I mean? Like, I had him, and I wanted to be with him because, you know, I had to share him. And it just sucks. You know, it sucks to really share a child. It does. So, with the drinking, the smoking, the energy that I was carrying, the energy around me that I was surrounded with, the mindset that I was in, you start to think and you start to wonder who you are, what you're doing in this world. Then you start to feel like you just a waste. You're taking up space. That's how I felt. I felt like I didn't belong anywhere. And I showed no signs. Oh, I probably did. You know, like, you know, I did go out and I mingled and whatever. And there's times where I just stood in my room. You know, when I living with some friends at the time, or staying with my mom, I kept myself locked in, and the pretending was good when I did step out in front of people. Like, you know, I played the best role in my life. Was pretending I was happy, pretending I was A-okay, I was thumbs up. You know what I mean? Nothing can hurt me. I'm Superman. You know, there was what was going on in my life wasn't penetrating me, but it was destroying me, destroying my heart, my soul, my mind, everything. And you know, there was a moment in time where I was close of just saying fuck it, say I'm done. You know, close to doing something that would have hurt a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Would have left people with a lot of questions. So at that time, that moment, my phone was on me, and for some reason it went off. Like, I didn't touch it, no message came through, it just went off. It just turned on. I don't know if it ghost touch, whatever. It just, all I know is that it lit up. And when it lit up, there was a picture of my son. And at that very moment, I froze. And the best way to describe what happened at that moment was that flashes of what can be, which is going through my head. What can be if I don't make this decision I'm about to make, and what can be if I make this decision that's going to impact a lot of people, that's going to hurt a lot of people, that's going to leave a mystery for a lot of people, because I'm not going to be here to answer these questions. And the feeling of what it can be was so warm and so comforting that I just stopped what I was doing. I let go weapon and went to the bathroom, washed my face. I remember just crying. Because I let everything, I fell into this deep hole and let everything just pack on top of me, and I let the faith go, and I let a hope go, and I tatted in my mind that the life is never gonna get better, and if I can't get better than what I'm gonna be able to give my son, and what stress I'm gonna give other people around me that doesn't deserve the stress. And I really let myself feel like a piece of shit, like I was just a waste. And and I was just thinking to myself, like, how did I get here? And then I realized, no, it doesn't matter how I got to this point. What matters is what I'm gonna do next to get away from this. And then at that very moment, a lot of things happened. I left the second job. I just wasn't sleeping. I was sleeping 3 hours a day. I scheduled it when I did have my son not to work 2 jobs, and I know days that I'm off the second job I should probably nap and catch up. I wasn't. I stood up with him playing. I went out, and then when he went to sleep, I stood up watching TV, anime, playing video games. At that time, I would just do it just to do it. It wasn't, still part of that healing process. But either way, I'm just doing it. And then when I didn't have them, and let's say I wasn't working the second job, I was going out drinking, smoking. So whenever I had time to catch up, I wasn't catching up. I was destroying my body, and then within destroying my body, I was destroying my mind and my soul. So I left the second job. I went back full time at, the job that I've been at for so long. It was at a building, being a concierge. So I worked the overnights, and, you get these bonus checks and stuff like that. So, I went back there and then I just started working on myself. I started changing everything around me. And it was hard. I'm not going to sit here and say that I snapped my fingers and I was okay. It wasn't. I let the group that I was around with, I felt the vibe. I felt the energy. For the first time, I felt like, okay, I don't belong. Sorry. I don't belong. But it's not because of where I'm at in my life. It's because, it is because of where I'm at in my life, but it's because this is just not my group. This is not what I need. this is not feeding my soul with anything positive. So I got away. So I moved in with my moms and my step-pops, and then, my brother was still there. It's like a little family. And then, it was good for my son to be around the grandparents and the uncle. And then, I started getting back into me. I started getting back into the things that I love to do. And that's when I really was watching anime, but I was watching it for the peace of mind. I was playing the video games for the peace of mind. I stopped the smoking. I stopped the smoking. I stopped the heavy drinking. I stopped being around a lot of people. I minimized, I shortened the amount of people that I talk to, who I let around my son. I got into a stage of a cocoon, just kind of went in and started just building myself. It might sound funny, but be the butterfly, come on, change. But that's what I was going through. I was going through some kind of metamorphosis. I had to change I had to change everything around me, myself, and it was tough because every time I took that step forward, every time I did something positive, every time I did something good, there was something bad just trying to hold me back, just trying to take away from what I was doing. If it was someone trying to pop in my life, if the anger in me would try to get riled up, and I had to learn not to let that stuff get to me. The thoughts of, ain't nothing gonna change. You're still stuck here. You're not doing nothing with your life. And like those things would keep on popping up, and I had to tell myself, no, that's not true. That's false. There's plenty that I could do, and I have to take these steps forward. And I had to keep telling myself, I had to keep writing every day. I had to keep fighting every day. But there was still bits and part of me that always, those bad parts that stood there, just like leeches, just trying to take away from the good that I was doing, and which led to some decisions that I look at now, and I'm like, okay, this happened for a reason. But back then, at that moment, I would tell myself, what the fuck am I doing? And then as I'm telling myself this, I'm still doing this thing. Like, I made a decision to move to Orlando, and that was, like I said before, it was the worst and the best thing that could have happened to me, because I was also at my lowest then, but so many positives came out of it. And at that time, I was just working, I was working hard on myself. I'm not giving up. I was firm of things are going to change, and I'm going to make these changes. But I had to make these changes. And that's the thing that I told myself over and over from that night of getting flashes of what could have been, depending on what decision I made. To then, I kept telling myself changes, but I truly didn't do nothing to change, because I still had fear of going for a job that's not, that's not gonna hire me. And I didn't want that failure. Like, I was fighting things that I should have not been fighting against. Like, I should have went with it. Like, I should have went with those feelings. Hey, just do it anyways. And Orlando was one of those things that I just said, fuck it, just do it anyways. And even though I was saying don't do it, I still just did it, because I was at a point where I was just like, what the fuck I'm gonna do over there? Especially when COVID hit and a lot of shit went down up there. I talked about this before, but it also led me to a point of like, yo, and I made one of my most important decisions, and I was like, yo, staying here would kill me. It would kill me. It would kill my soul. I'll be done for if I stay in Orlando. I gotta go back home, and I gotta go back home with a game plan to make things happen, and that's what I did. But from that night of my phone lighting up and me deciding not to make that decision I made, which would have been the worst decision in my life for real. So up to moving and leaving Orlando, that was like a 4-year span. It was a 4-year span of fighting and changing and figuring stuff out and healing and when I think about where I'm at now, and I think about everything ain't perfect. I'm not saying shit is perfect. Shit, I got to find a second job now. Just to pay for this wedding and catch up on a lot of bills and debts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not down. I'm at a place of happiness that no matter what the devil wants to throw at me, no matter what life wants to throw at me, no matter what this person is trying to do, I'm at a place where I'm not angry. So my mind, my decision-making skills are not in a negative place, they're in a positive place. So I don't make stupid decisions that could hurt me, that could hurt my fiance, that could hurt the kids. Nah, I'm make decisions diligently. I'm patient. I wait things out. All that I've been through and to where I'm at now, it's helped me strengthen myself, my core, my faith, my mind. And I say this again, but if it wasn't for the little bit of friends that I had, and it wasn't for Joanna to not only to make sure I'm good and talk to me, but they allow me to open up and get things off my chest. They allow me to talk. They allow me to cry. They allow me to express myself, and let go of everything that I was holding in. Let go of that darkness. Let go of that pain. They allow me to heal through them, and just with words, just with them being there, just them showing actual true love, and it's which has led to all this that I'm doing now. Which has led to me talking about my experience, to opening up. And I tell you this, I don't think I told anybody about this. This would be the first time about me wanting to take my life, and this is the first time I actually said that out loud. It doesn't take much for your mind and for your thoughts to go dark. It's always the little things that build up, and then there's always that one big thing that just opens the gate wide open. But it's easy to think negative. It's easy to give up. It's so easy to quit. It's easy to say that I'm nothing, and I'll never be nothing. And that's all through people's actions and decisions that we choose to make that kind of come back, and we don't know how to stand and deal with it. It's easy for that. It's hard to think positive because when you're already negative, you don't see the exact results right away. Negativity, you see the results so quick. It's mind blowing. It doesn't take much to see the results. It don't take long. But when you change your mindset and you go positive, the results of that positivity is not fast, because it has to fight its way through so much of this darkness that you involve yourself in, and that's why people tend to quit, because it's like, to them it's still never ending, but it's there. We just have to keep working hard, and that's why I tell people all the time, if you know someone if you truly know someone that's going through some shit, don't just be like, man, it'll be okay. Man, because they fucking won't be okay. It's never that they'll be okay. Because they don't feel like they will ever be okay. Especially when the people around them, it's not even showing them that they will be okay. You're just assuming and you keep and you shrug them off as they'll be alright. But time and time again, it's been proven, ain't shit ever alright. Because if everything was so called alright, a lot of people that we know from growing up, from celebrities, they wouldn't be killing themselves. It wouldn't be suicidal attempts. It wouldn't be none of that. We gotta pay attention more to the people that we love. We gotta be there for them. Stop thinking like this shit is easy, because it's not. Even the happiest and the strongest men give up their life because this shit is fucking rough to deal with when it's up here. When it's in here. And for the ones that are struggling, going through things, you're not alone. And there's hotlines you could call. Just go to church, talk to a pastor, pray. There's help. It's perfect. You know, there's therapists you can talk to. I don't know if there's, insurance and stuff like that. If you have it, you can get, or if there's like, one of those, free insurance that help you, or one of the ways to help people that don't have insurance, help them seek help. But there's help, and don't be ashamed to get it. Not everyone's lucky like I was. Not everyone's gonna get that lit up phone with the picture of the child or a picture of something happy in their life. Not everyone's gonna get that random phone call that just might stop you, or that friend that sees you every day and could read your energy and be like, hey, let's talk. We're not all lucky. Some of us are that stop us, but not all of us get that chance. To me, that could, however you want to believe it, God intervention, luck, whatever. But it happened, and it saved me, and I'm here talking about it because people need to hear it. I'm not rich, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not wealthy, I'm not poor. I'm just a man that works 7 to 4. Wakes up at 6, 5:30 every day. As a teenager at home, my fiance, and I have a small one that I share, my ex-wife with my kid's mom. I'm a simple man. Play video games, watch anime. I always been that man. Never been nothing else. Been strong, physically. That don't mean shit whenever your mental gets hurt. And then it crawls on its way to your spirit, your soul. So yeah. Let's look out for the people out here. You never know what anyone's going through, man. All that anger that's out here, all that negative energy that's out here, let's weigh that shit, man. And if you angry, scream. But like I said, if you in that dark place, I say scream because that's what I did recently. Somebody cut me off, and an old person really cut me off, and I almost got into an accident, and he cut me off for no reason, just to jump back into the lane again to go somewhere else. And I had the thought of violence in my head, not even gonna lie, and I had to scream. I had to let go of that energy, and I did, and it helped. went back to work from lunch. I was in lunch break when it happened, and went back to work and just enjoyed the rest of my day. But at that moment, I lost it just a little. So I literally screamed, and it helped. Because at the end of the day, being angry, being violent, and everything you can't control is not worth the energy. But if you made it this far, and you believe this could really help someone, me and Shan, and this is one of the deep ones that I never thought I'd share, but me sharing this one, if you think it can help someone, please share it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, because this is what I do on this podcast, man. I speak on these experiences, man, and how I survived it, and it's it's not all dark, because I'm here. There's a light. I am that light that's here. I'm shining. I'm showing you that you could survive. You could get through things. Things will get better, and it won't be easy. It won't be right away, but things do get better. Just share this. To everyone out there that needs help, please get help. I promise you, you're not alone. You're not alone. And don't you ever feel alone, because you're not. So get the help that you need. The information is everywhere. You could Google it. I'll put the hotline numbers up. But please get help. And for everyone that knows someone that's going through something, be there. Be a shoulder for them to cry on. Lend them an ear for them to speak. Just show them love and let them know that they're not alone. And then show them to some professional help. Give them a number. And if they don't want to go alone, go with them. Let's help our peoples. Let's talk to our peoples. Let's be better people. And with that, to all my kings and queens and my upcoming ones, love and peace.